Hello and welcome to issue number 67 of Headline Heroes, a comedy podcast where we take today's headlines to create a comic book origin story. My name is Drew Mick.
I'm Nathan Haynes, and in the field today, joining us for the first time from a remote location is Tanner Ackerman. Tanner, thank you for getting out there in the field and doing all the reporting that we need.
How are you doing today, Tanner?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Great to hear.
The most wonderful time of the year, as we all know.
Mm-hmm.
Kids and adults alike, all very happy and want to hear what's going on there. I mean, everyone knows, of course, it's pumpkin spice latte time, and I guess you decided of your own volition to go out there, get out there in the field, and just like tell us what it's like out there for those of us who couldn't get out there. What's going on? What are you seeing?
What's the crowd like today? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a lot of just women.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them just looking like they're dressed casually, sweatpants. And there's a long line in front of me here.
You're in line.
Yes. Just waiting to get that pumpkin spice latte.
Now, reports are coming in that you actually they gave you a taste before the lines actually was open to the public, just so you were able to report on it. What was the taste? What was the feel? What was the consistency?
Yeah, how's the batch this year?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It was iced, so it was not hot. For starters, and it was, how did they word it? Caramelicious is what they said. So it had some, I believe, caramel flavoring with it, and they did have whipped cream on top of it.
Caramelicious, you don't say. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Now, do you agree with the claim? Do you think, is it best yet? Best year ever so far, or too early to tell?
I'm gonna go ahead and say for how early it is, it's the best start I've ever seen. I don't know. The only time will tell. You got to give it, through October, obviously.
Yeah. Now, is this the earliest start? I guess I didn't know. This is why we put you out in the field, of course.
Yeah, they keep pushing it earlier every year. I think they actually started in the middle of August, but I held off till September because I'm a purist.
Wow, that is insane.
Yeah. Wow. Can't believe it.
Bit aside, that's like, it's not even August is still. Never mind.
Bit aside, I think literally every person before me did order pumpkin spice also.
So, Tanner, I just had a quick question for you. As the resident pumpkin spice correspondent expert, if they made a pumpkin spice latte out of the Great Pumpkin from It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, do you think it would taste good?
And how much would that go for, honestly?
Yeah, what is the current going rate for a Great Pumpkin Spice Latte?
A Great Pumpkin Spice Latte? I'd guess it'd be like maybe $20 as opposed to like the $10 it normally is.
Now, this is the one Great Pumpkin.
That's true. There's only
very
one.
Large.
Is huge, but there is a limited release of it and only one-time release. Are you sure $20 is enough?
Oh, I thought you were going to say it's too much.
Yeah.
Let's see. How much do those unicorn things go for at Starbucks? I bet it's about the same price.
Yeah, I remember when Starbucks killed the one unicorn in existence and used it to make their
They're
drinks.
like, that'll be $5.
Yeah, it was
Seems
a
little heartless.
Yeah, but the heart of the unicorn was the best part.
Considering how old that film is, though, I bet it would taste pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because they killed him way back then. And
yeah, if you remember,
sort of doling him out over time.
Linus waiting out in the field, gun in hand.
Oh, I thought he strangled it with his blanket.
Yeah.
Oh, was that Linus?
Well, I think it was a.
Yeah, it was Linus.
So.
Linus had the blanket. It was a vicious fight. The gun didn't do anything, and it turned into a hand-to-hand combat between Linus and the Great Pumpkin.
And like eventually, he thought he killed it. And then it was still like had a little bit of life left, so that's when he had to get that blanket in there and just like do what had to be done.
Crying the whole time.
Yeah,
I'm a murderer, Charlie Brown. He said. A lot of therapy.
But that Lucy,
some weird stuff in there.
What a gem that Lucy is. Anything else you're seeing out in the field, or
any parting thoughts about this year's pumpkin spice latte or the events around it?
You could use more whipped cream.
Okay, you heard it here. All right. Well, thank you, Tanner. Thank you for your brave sacrifice being out in the field.
Your service. Back
in that. This has been news with HH for 2069.
Holmes.
Yes.
Yep. H.H. Holmes, noted serial killer.
Yeah.
Tanner, could you just run back here real quick and get back in the studio
please.
So we can finish the app?
Yeah, I'll
Nate,
give you
Nate and I
second.
can riff while you're doing that.
Okay.
Hey, Nate.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. Has picked up Subnautica again.
Hey, I saw that.
I'm getting to that. Yeah.
You ever notice how kids are always on, like, you look at them and they're always on their phones?
Yeah, boy, I tell you
What's
what.
up with that?
I don't know. It's so weird. Those kids, back in my day, we had bigger phones.
Yeah, and we had to play games on the TV instead of on my phone.
Yeah.
Oh,
what's that rolling into the studio? Oh, it's Tanner.
he's making a mess. Oh God,
What?
he just knocked over the catering table.
That was 100-year-old redwood.
I still to this day wonder why we built around it, but
Yeah,
you know
well,
what?
I mean, it was
back.
100 years old. Yeah, I don't know why you had to do that, but you are here.
And Tanner, I will say, look sick as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know, you caused untold damage, but
The redwood,
Really cool.
the wood sculpture that you carved there. What is that, Tanner?
Oh, it's a penis.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
always the jokester. This one.
Yeah. Welcome back to the studio. I guess we should maybe move to our weekly segment that we always do, and that is
Yep.
doing the Headline Heroes thing. Nate, can you tell us what we do with that?
Yeah. So on this segment that
Yeah.
we do, sort of an involved segment.
Yeah.
We scour the internet for strange and bizarre headlines. We throw those headlines in a list. And instead of reporting on those headlines, we more take one at random and use that as an origin story for a superhero or a supervillain. Now, Tanner, I know we've asked a lot of you today already, what with all the field work and pumpkin spice latte reporting and all sorts of stuff. But could you maybe tell us what we did? Could you report on what we did last week and what we're doing this week?
Yeah, sure. So last week we did a villain that was, of course, Don Piglione, mafia pig that was like brain swapped, I guess, with a
I think it was
Yeah.
Freaky Friday.
yeah, it was like Freaky Friday type stuff. So that, of course, means this week we're going to make a hero, and I've already picked an article at random, and that one for you guys this week is number 9, and that headline is "Man Dons Suit Paddleboards Across Hudson to Make Meeting on Time."
All right, and this one comes to us from Eliane of the Capes and Japes podcast. They describe it as a casual comics podcast, so if you're like us and like comic books, you should definitely check that out. Yeah, so thank you, Eliane. I need to look at what this is again. Man dons suit, paddleboards across Hudson to make meeting on time.
It's got a video.
Oh, God. Yay. Oh, this is a huge video. What in the fuck? Why is this video so big?
They recorded it vertically.
Ah, it's so big.
What the?
I can't even
This is
comprehend what's going
ridiculous.
on with this. They don't. Oh my God.
I love this.
I'm getting so seasick.
You can do full screen.
No, that doesn't help. I can't. It won't let me for some reason.
Well, let me either.
They're zoomed in and the boat is moving and they have apparently the steady hand of like a man with Parkinson's. So it's like,
I think they're just zoomed in. You know how
Oh
cameras
my
like are
God.
sensitive when you're zoomed in.
this hurts.
Now, here's what you need to know. It's a guy in a business suit on a stand-up paddleboard. Like, I don't know if they're... I mean, I assume you could, like, get down and, like, use your arms to paddle on a paddleboard, but he's standing up using a paddle.
Yeah.
Just going across the Hudson to get over to the other side, which apparently was faster. Oh, no. He just didn't want to pay for a toll.
Yep.
Says
Oh.
the 32-year-old, quote, in quotes, struggling comedian.
No, a man after my own heart. Didn't want to pay that money. I get it. Times are tough. Hey, guys. The economy.
This
I know.
economy?
So, I love this man, first of all.
Me too.
But does anyone have any ideas as far as how we could make this guy into a hero?
Something with paddleboarding. Water recreation, something like that.
I'm wondering, I'm trying, like, something about him being in, like, business, like,
Mhm.
formal business attire. I'm trying to think if there's something there that we could meld, like, both a man who's very businessy and, like, uses a lot of business jargon or, like, business stuff, and also, like, meld that with the paddleboard. Like, sort of like a Silver Surfer paddleboard man, except his, like, power set is with something about working in a white-collar, like, office. I don't know.
Okay. I like where you're going with that.
I like it too. I'm trying to figure out how to make it work too.
Just like villain's trying to do bad things, he swoops in and schedules a bunch of meetings, and the villain's like, fuck, I don't have time to do any of my
But he does it
do
on
any
a
of my bad
paddleboard.
schemes because I got to go do a 4-hour meeting to plan for the next the next 3 weeks. What is even, do I even need to be on this meeting? No one I know was in this meeting, but I was invited to it, and then just kind of like hold them down that way.
That kind
really
of stuff.
slog them down in the business world.
So it's someone who connects to their Google Calendar and just clogs it with meetings.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm just kind of goofing.
Okay.
I'm just having a laugh here.
I like it. Boy, those meetings.
You could call him my boss. Am I right, everybody? Because my calendar always so full of stuff. No, but
What do you do at work? Like all day? Like,
oh man, really nothing. No, I mean, I do obviously work, but I am the last person to complain about having to go to meetings because, like, I think I have maybe one meeting a week that I have to go to.
just pull up my calendar for tomorrow. Ooh, I got a 1-on-1 for 8 a.m. tomorrow. I got one at 9:30. I got something at 11.
Yeah, take me through your calendar. Let's go beat by beat.
Yeah, let's go.
Usually Thursday is the busy day for me. I got a team meeting, another meeting. Something was canceled. Got a Skype call that is not mandatory, but I'll probably do that. Whatever. I can
That's
just
just
have it
with
on
your
the
parents.
background. Yeah, just to let them know I love them, I guess.
But it's not mandatory.
No, not mandatory at all. So I could skip that, push that around. I've delayed it like the past month or so.
All right. Does anyone else have any ideas about what we could do with this man in a suit paddleboarding across the Hudson?
What? Here's the first stupid thing I thought of. What if his
hit me.
feet are the paddleboard?
And he's always holding the paddle.
Yeah.
They're not his hands, but he just can't let go.
What if whatever happened to fuse the paddleboard and the paddle? He was wearing a suit at the time, so he can't really take it off.
Okay, so was he like? Did he not understand what a swimsuit was?
Well, no, whatever accident, accidents that it's in their very nature to be on plan. So he was.
So he was on a paddleboard in a suit, but he hadn't planned it.
Something. I don't know.
There's something here.
He's a businessman. And
Maybe he was at the grand opening of a paddleboard place. That's why he was wearing a suit.
What if what's happening right now, the video that we see captured, the horrible video,
I like the video.
That's where the accident happens. Like he is got this really important interview that he's got to get across the river for. So in order to get there, he has to do this paddleboarding thing. So then something happens en route on the Hudson.
Oh, okay.
And then that fuses him. But like that is again in itself a very weird superpower that he just has a board just connected to him. And I guess with that we could also incorporate what Nate was saying with like the businessman. Man on the go is this guy. Man on the flow.
I think it would be interesting to have like a Silver Surfer analog, but it's a paddleboard.
Is it so? Does it fly or does it have to be on the river?
I was wondering. I don't know. I was wondering that.
Maybe he can make water appear underneath him anywhere he's going, so he can keep
there you go.
paddleboarding, kind of
Okay.
like Iceman.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Is it like? How does that look? Paint a picture. Like
I'm thinking literally like how it works with Iceman, where it's just like a thin line of water keeps appearing underneath him as he's going forward.
so? Is it leaving water behind him?
I don't know. Like maybe it leaves everything wet, but it doesn't leave like the 2 feet of water he needs to be able to
He's
paddle.
not flooding the streets every time he.
No, I think it's just a narrow spot and the water just keeps like moving with him. It looks like, I don't know, mythical.
So it's like a little bit of water. Whatever the water touches while he's going by gets damp, but it's not like he's leaving.
It's like a line. Like it's only about as wide as his board is, I think.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I would be fine with that.
Does it leave like just flapping fish in its wake too?
Maybe.
Every so often, unfortunately.
Pretty good.
Yeah. What's really funny to me is that this isn't a surfer. Like you know the surfer pose. This is a paddleboarder, and you've seen him. It's just literally standing straight up and like keeping balance. So it's like not cool looking like a surfer.
No, and he's in a suit for some reason. So
Yeah.
just like the juxtaposition of the suit and this like laid back paddleboard lifestyle is very comical.
Yeah. So I guess we should figure out what happened to him on the Hudson.
Now I could be wrong.
Okay.
Isn't the Hudson one of the rivers that people will always be like, "Oh, the Hudson? Yeah, that's gross. I can't believe you swam in that. That's super gross." Like, so in theory, like there could be some gnarly stuff in the Hudson that maybe splash up on him or something, and that could be the origin of his powers.
Okay.
I think I'm just gonna search Hudson River nasty and see what I find. Nasty question mark.
I was also thinking it could be like some. What did you find something?
Okay, I found two headlines for articles that make me laugh.
Okay.
One is the Hudson River isn't dirty, it's alive. And then one is the Hudson River is even grosser than you thought.
Oh no. I was thinking also it could be like there's some ancient god that resides in the Hudson River that somehow comes into
like
play
the
here.
Spirit of the Hudson River.
The Hudson spirit.
Maybe it's tired of being polluted.
I've already forgotten. Are we making a hero or a villain?
Hero.
Okay.
So this guy is sort of like maybe like the Lorax for the Hudson River spirit.
He speaks for the Hudson River
businessy?
spirit. The spirit of the Hudson.
Yeah.
That could be interesting. I like that.
Yeah, I at least I'm on board for sure with the like spirit of the Hudson River. We don't have to do Lorax if we don't want to, but
So he like trying to stop people from polluting it further?
Yeah, he could be an advocate for pollution, but specifically the river. So he's just going. I imagine this guy becomes like a town caller, like just going down the middle of the roads, like stop polluting, everyone.
So is it gonna be one of those? 'Cause I know you said he was going over for an interview, but maybe we make him like he was a pretty high up businessman and he was always polluting a lot, like his businesses did.
So he was just going across the river to make a very important meeting.
Yeah, he had to get there, and so then he gets like a big wave takes him under or something, and he talks to some spirit, and then he decides to start changing his ways to be an advocate for pollution.
I wonder, like, this kind of when you were saying that, I like that idea, and I'm wondering, it kind of reminds me of, I don't know if this actually, well, happened in the Iron Fist TV show, sort of. Like, I'm imagining, like, him being like, don't worry, guys, we're going to actually we're not going to pollute the Hudson anymore. It's going to cost a whole bunch more. And the board's like, well, all right, and he ends up getting, like, voted out of the company that he built. And so, like, now he's got, like, and that gives him some adversaries, too. Like, part of his whole arc could be kind of like Danny Rand getting back his company or just fighting the people who own his company now who are continuing to pollute his beloved river. All right.
So he goes, so it puts him in conflict with his company. Mm-hmm. Now, what, this is important. What does this company do? What do they make?
We gotta be careful. This decides a lot.
Yeah. Paddles.
They make paddles.
Yeah. They're the top paddle peddlers in the business, you know? I don't know.
What's like a good, I'm trying to think of like, what would, mostly I'm trying to work my way backwards. Like what would make a good nemesis for him? Like what kind of thing that he has to fight would make a good nemesis, and then like work back from there. Cause then you could feasibly say that the company accidentally creates this thing.
They're making like, maybe it's soda and like the cans for one thing, people are throwing those in, but maybe there's just some like radioactive byproduct that is getting thrown into the river.
I like that.
I like that.
Doesn't have to be radiation. Soda. Yeah, somehow it's a soda that byproduct.
Somebody flipped the wrong switch and they accidentally filled cans with radiation fluid instead of.
People loved it.
Oops.
Yeah, it was the tastiest drink. This made millions.
I was gonna say, yeah, Coca-Cola. I mean, started off with like cocaine in it, so like people loved it. Now it still has cocaine in it, of course, but
of course.
But now they just don't tell you.
Yeah, they don't tell you. Shh, hush, 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 hush. That's pretty good. I like that angle, Tanner, with the shifting it to be about his meeting and then giving up his polluting ways, of course, and then what Nate said. This is good. This is all coming together.
So now, he can? What do you think powers? Like, because obviously he has his paddle board that he can fly around on.
Can he? Can he summon like a giant tidal wave that he can use to like ride around, or is it just? I mean,
the spirit of the Hudson River comes to him and bestows powers on him. I'm trying to think what would be the most useful, and I feel like that tidal wave is good.
But mostly he's just going around with what Tanner said earlier, with like very very little water can use to walk around, because he is. Is he still fused? Like, I don't know if we got away from this or not, but is he still fused to the paddleboard?
I'm just trying to imagine him walking into a boardroom, like hopping, dragging himself into a boardroom.
Yeah.
Like, guys, don't ignore the paddleboard on my feet. We have to stop polluting.
He's very wet. He's got like seaweed draped around him.
Guys.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. Are we doing fused or not?
Could we do fused? Like, could we have it that if he wants to turn into the hero, he's sort of connected to the suit he was wearing, so he has to like put on the suit, and then when the suit's on, the paddleboard appears, and then he's fused to it.
He pulls on his tie, and the tie like goes down and becomes a giant paddleboard.
I love that. So like when he
There
cinches the tie a little bit.
Yeah, it's a James Bond like adjusting, and that's the trigger.
Mm-hmm. And otherwise, when he's in his civilian clothes, he's not.
Okay.
He's not like a huge paddleboard.
Yeah. Okay, that's a little better. And also the paddle would of course appear too. Is there anything that we could tie to the paddle, that it's like a staff, or can he shoot something from it, or
Oh, that's a good idea.
is it a blade?
Like blade, and then maybe shoot like a jet of water out of it if we're staying with the like Hudson water theme.
Yeah.
Maybe it like specifically shoots out like polluted water too, to like
But
I don't know, emphasize like trying to get polluted water out of
he's just adding to the problem.
Well, if he's shooting it at people though, like I don't know. I was just thinking like maybe it's a way of filtering out the polluted water. Anytime he shoots it, it's pulling out pollution out of the river.
Is maybe his powers are tied intrinsically to the Hudson River. So then whatever water he pulls, like whatever water he summons for his powers is from the Hudson, maybe.
Yeah.
And then so if the Hudson's polluted, then that's polluted. So maybe it puts a little bit of, is the word impetus on him, that maybe the more he uses these powers, it's kind of maybe killing him. So he needs to get the river cleaned up.
Yeah, it could be. It could be one of the progression things too, because you know how like at first he said when like he goes across something, like are there fish left flopping around?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe at first it's like water bottles or like plastic bottles are left sitting around and not fish. And as it progresses, it becomes cleaner and cleaner.
It's leaving more dead fish instead of the
Yeah, feeding the homeless probably.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that could be good. Shooting water, has the blade. What else can he do? Or is that enough? Does the Spirit of the Hudson have any powers, or is maybe the Spirit of the Hudson is kind of shackled under this pollution, so he can't do anything? So that's why he sends his herald.
Yeah.
Still very, very much a part of him is making meetings on time. We'll never lose that, of course.
He's always very punctual.
Yeah.
By any means necessary.
I don't know. Do you guys have any other big ideas for that?
Well,
Blade on the paddle end, and then bludgeon on other end, or is that the end that shoots?
hey, that's the end that shoots, so it has like a little cannon,
Little water spout.
little squirt gun.
It's like a hose.
It's just a glorified super soaker. Well, the good news on this one is we don't really have to do costume.
No, he's already done.
It's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
I love these. Yeah, what's the comic book cover look like then?
I feel like he's got to be on the board, right? Like, he's got to be surfing that board.
I had like a visual of like him under the water and like almost drowning, and like above him is the Spirit of the Hudson. But no, I agree. The board's got to be on him. Is it him in a board meeting on his board?
Every meeting's a board meeting when I'm in my suit.
He makes that pun all the time.
Everybody's like, it's not.
It's always a board meeting when you're talking to me on my board.
It's so funny. They say
And then
they say every time. 'Cause
The
they're so
board
tired
members
of
are
it.
just like, okay, we need this guy gone.
We could do a artsy cover where it's like he's on the board, but on top of like a ton of people at the stock exchange or something. Like he's swimming or surfing through that.
Are they carrying him through it?
Yeah, like he's on top of all of them, because you know how it's so packed, and it can be social commentary on, I don't know,
What if
people being greedy or some
like,
shit.
yeah, like people are carrying and he's surfing on top of them, but he's trying very hard to. This is the final boss battle against the board of directors or something that voted him out, and they're like on top of this platform looking down at the stock exchange.
Yeah.
They've got like, what are they called? Ticket rolls or whatever. Those papers.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
the
don't
pieces
know
of
what they're called
stock.
either.
They're flying everywhere. And the water, he can't use his water because it might hurt the people. So he's,
So he's literally paddling across people.
yeah. I don't know. Do we want to do that?
I think we should do that. I think we're having a good laugh at it. Why not?
I don't know. It's like, in the maybe in the foreground, it's like one of the board of directors like pointing and like looking back at another, and like you see the guy paddleboarder coming towards him
because they thought he'd never make it through all of them.
He could never
they
do
didn't
it.
Expect him to paddle on top of them.
You can't use his water in here. There's too many people. We've done it. He could also get out. He doesn't have to use the board, but I guess he really wants to use the board.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
If I had one, I'd want to. Why not?
Yeah.
All right. Well, should we move on to name?
Yeah, let's do it.
Are we jumping in now?
Yeah.
What's a business
Tanner's
name?
obviously got one he's been chewing on. He's been waiting. Lay it on us, Tanner. Here we go.
Dave Johnson.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'm a little disappointed.
So just trying to think of business people's names.
Could he be like the board member?
Yeah, I was thinking something.
Yeah,
Something's in there with like head of the board,
Yeah.
board member, chairman of the board, but like there's got to be something like something with the something in there with the surfing to make it a little more paddleboardy.
His last name could be Boardman. Wait, no. Are we doing just last name, first name, or are we giving a superhero name?
I think we're doing superhero.
So, let's see, Silver Surfer. Is his suit pinstriped? Is he the pinstripe paddleboarder?
It's hard to tell from the video, but I think it looks like a regular gray suit.
It's hard to
but it can
tell
be whatever
anything
suit we
from that
want.
video. It's also a very gray, just
It's a
gloomy
gray
day.
paddleboard, man.
Tanner, are you feeling okay?
Yes?
Just saying words now. Just looking around, saying what you see.
Silver.
Pantsuit.
The silver paddler.
And also, it's not a pantsuit, I don't think. Is it?
Well, it has pants.
Isn't a pantsuit just specifically a like a women thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish he was wearing a pinstripe suit because then he could be the pinstripe paddler.
I mean, he could.
Yeah, I mean, we can decide that. We have all control here.
Should we ask him first, or maybe should we?
Let me reach out to him. Hold on here.
I'm going to text him.
Okay.
Hey, you up?
Pinstripe paddler?
Yes.
What are you asking? I guess.
Yeah.
Do we want to do that, or do we want
You
to
just
try and figure something else out?
I like Pinstripe Paddler.
I like that it's a play on Silver Surfer.
That's also true.
Yeah.
You got the alliteration. You got the surf and paddle. Like it's all there.
Yeah. All right. I'm good with
Just
that.
begging for it.
Yeah.
Pinstripe paddler. Wow, guys, we knocked it out. Knocked
We
it out of the
did.
park. Look at that go. It's still going, still going.
Oh, still going.
Yeah. Weird.
Still?
Yep. All right. Gone.
Oh shit! All right. Wait. No. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So I think we've got a little bit of time. Why don't we open it up? Let's listen to one of our voicemails. How about you guys want to do that?
I guess.
All right.
Yeah,
Just
crack
kidding.
one
I'd love
open.
to.
All right. Here's one. Here we go.
Yeah, I don't know who Headline Heroes is, but I come out in my big diesel truck, got a big old dent and scratch in it, and I got this number on my hood, said, oopsie poopsie, my bad, here's my info. This is the number you gave me, so you're going to get back here, you're going to fix my truck, you understand? I'm out here, it's 155 degrees Celsius. I got my Australian son in the back seat. He exists, and he's none too happy. He's crying quite a bit, and I want to know who's responsible for this. I've had it. You make me sick. Get on.
I guess let me be the first to say oopsie poopsie.
Which one of you did this? It wasn't me.
So, wait, what are you asking?
Who hit that guy? Who hit that car? Who hit that truck?
I mean, I feel like we'd have to be pretty dumb to hit somebody's car, put oopsie poopsie, and then put our own phone number if we're trying to like hide it.
Unless we were trying to, we're not trying to hide it. That's the whole reason you put the
Oh, that's true. You're right.
thing
So
out
you
there.
get the brand out there.
Yeah. That's
Sorry,
what
I guess I just maybe one of us did it and then just thought like maybe hypothetically like we could just spread the amount of money we owe on this person's car.
Yes. What is it?
I think it's just a viral marketing campaign.
I like what you said there, Tanner, that this is the way we get more listeners, is we hit people's cars.
Now he's got to listen through and be like, well, what the fuck is this number? I guess I'll just listen.
I also have a hard time believing that this is real, because he did say that there was an Australian child involved.
Oh, that's what did it?
Yeah.
Not the 155 degrees Celsius?
Nothing else, just that.
And as we all know, Still don't believe. Still not sure. Someone come to me with their Australian child. And
like you said back in episode, what one was that?
61.
Episode 61. That is, which one's that?
How do you do, fellow kids?
Oh, okay. That was the one with the emojis. The
Yes.
emojis. Yeah. So
if you want to hear about Drew's theory about Australians and their children,
yeah.
check out issue 61.
Yeah, do it. I think
I-
you'll
my
all
problem-
come
I
around.
think the issue is I worry that like you're not going to believe it unless you go and witness two people that you verified are Australian
Yep.
yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and then watch the woman birth this child and be like, "Yep, there it is."
I think it
Like,
would need to be.
I worry that's the only way we're going to convince you.
Yeah, but then at the same time, I'm not going to be 100% sure that these people are actually Australian. They could be paid actors. I'm choosing to take the flat Earth approach on this, and that
Of denial of all evidence.
denial of everything. Yeah, and yep. So I don't know.
Well,
come
that guy has
to me with
Australian son
your
is
experiments,
very
your
sad to hear
tests
you
that
say
you could show me, and then yeah, Australian children.
Well, thank you to that guy whose car we hit, I guess.
Sorry about that. I guess Tanner did that in his new aggressive listenership campaign.
okay.
Wish you would have talked to us about that one.
I'm out here trying to, make moves for us. You guys are just sitting there not hitting cars.
Wait, Tanner, tell us, be honest. Was this your brother's idea? Is this his attempt to try and get us to acknowledge him as producer?
I mean, I can't say for sure, but yeah, probably 100% it was his idea.
Yeah. That's him to
That's
a T. T is for traitor.
Is there anything else we have left to do
No.
in this here episode of this podcast we're making together?
No, I don't know.
know.
I was thinking I would throw in the voicemail number right there.
Oh, that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, let's do that. So thank you for that voicemail. We really appreciate it. Sorry about all that. If any of you, what?
Thanks, we really appreciate it. Sorry, by the way.
Sorry. Yeah, really appreciate it. If you would like to call in, maybe Tanner hit your car and didn't leave the whole point of the campaign is ruined, but maybe Tanner hit your car and didn't leave the voicemail number. You can call us. That number is 319-596. Oh, no. Okay, yeah.
Just dial 319 and eventually you'll get us.
Yeah, that number is 319-596-6766. A lot of sixes in there. Yeah, just give us a call. Literally anything. We'll play it. Within reason, please. I guess.
That was a good stipulation.
Yeah, within reason, please. Hey, Tanner.
Hey, Drew.
Hey, good to see you. Can you play us
Hi.
out here? Oh, Nate's here.
Hi, Nate.
I thought Nate was gone.
Come on in.
Hello.
Tanner, do you want to go back out in the field and do it, I guess? I don't know.
Hold on, let me get my chainsaw.
Oh, God. Okay. Yep.
No, I'm kidding.
We've already cut down the whole forest. I don't know why we have to do this every time you leave.
So this has been issue number 67
Yes.
of Headline Heroes, a podcast that we do together,
Yes.
the three of us.
That is confirmed.
Yep.
Mhm.
And we created a hero this week, the Pinstripe Paddler, the businessman who's changed his polluting ways and is fighting his corporation who keeps polluting or something.
Yeah. Big soda, I guess.
Big Soda.
Is that what
Pop
we? Yeah.
Company.
And is a herald for the. Did we ever decide, like, was it Spirit of the Hudson?
Yep.
Mhm.
That sounds like a ship.
Mm-hmm. Or a train.
Yeah.
The train shouldn't be in water. Anyway, this time as always, we'd like to thank Brett Jacobson for creating the art for our show. Brett doesn't recycle. Well, I guess you can consider it recycling his cans, but he just builds sculptures out of them
I mean, that is recycling at
throwing
its
them
very
away.
core.
and then throws them in the dump.
Oh,
well.
there. That's where you lost me.
Shit. Well, Brett, do better. We also want to take this time to thank Carl Sorensen. Carl did all the music for our podcast. He helps with all the post-production of the audio. If you're interested in working with Carl on any sort of musical project, from composing to podcast production, you can reach out to him at carljsorensen.com.
If you have any articles you'd like to send to us, that'd be great. Our email is headlineheroescast@gmail.com. We have our Twitter @headline_heroes. And then we have that Facebook group. And then, of course, the very ever so popular Headline Heroes subreddit, which just the numbers keep ticking up of everything. Just subscribers, volume, just post numbers.
Screen brightness.
Yeah, more colors than you can imagine. Oh my God. Just so get there. It's a great place to be. Whatever podcast app you're listening to us on, it'd be awesome if you could subscribe to us. It would really help us out, and also tell a friend about us. And finally, thank you for listening. We hope you'll pick up the next issue of Headline Heroes.